What's up guys, Bianca Jade here. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making one of my favorite recipes. It is my signature drunken watermelon, hence this guy. So to make this recipe, we're just gonna have a little fun in the kitchen. You'll need a few supplies, starting with a watermelon, which we will cut up. You're gonna need some tequila, some margarita mix, some mint, some fresh mint, and some salt. That's it. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. So we've got all our ingredients here. I recommend cutting the watermelon in half, starting there. I've got 2 bunches of fresh mint. I've got a classic margarita mix by Jose Cuervo and Casamigos tequila. As you can see, I make this recipe a lot because both bottles are literally less than half empty. So this is how I cut a watermelon. I really like to kind of get all the skin off, the entire shell off, because I like to use as much of the watermelon as possible. Since this is a drunken watermelon recipe, even the parts of the watermelon that are not the sweetest are still usable because we are going to marinate it in this amazing margarita mixture. So I don't really want to sacrifice, any of this watermelon. So I'm just really cutting to where it starts to get a little pink. And for this recipe, you're just gonna need half of a watermelon to start. So if you're wondering what to do with the other half, you can make a juice out of it, you can blend it up. You can save it. The watermelon lasts a bit as long as you leave it within the shell for, at least a couple days. So you can decide how else you want to prepare it. So as you can see, I have sacrificed very little of the actual pink of the watermelon. And now I'm going to go in and cut it. I like trimming off the little white parts because no one wants any of the rind. Sometimes you have to test the merchandise. Pretty good. I love the smell of fresh mint, but to truly activate it for this recipe, to make sure that that mint really infuses our watermelon, we're gonna smack it against our wrist, and trust me, this is what bartenders do at fancy mixology bars. You might lose a couple leaves in the process, but this really activates the mint. And now the whole room smells like mint. Okay, so I'm gonna start plucking the mint leaves off of their bundles and just spreading it around in here. Trying to get into all the nooks and crannies, and you might even wanna lift up some of the pieces of the watermelon so that you can get it underneath. What we're creating is a marinade for our watermelon because we want each slice to be nice and saturated with our mixture. So you can go as crazy as you like with the mint. It's kind of subjective. So if you like your mojito or your margarita or whatever you put mint on, really minty, go for it. I personally love the way the mint tastes with all the watermelon notes and the tequila, so I just kind of put the entire 2 bundles in there. Okay, so here's what it looks like. We're gonna start with the margarita mix, and we are going to do 2 shot glasses. I felt like a shot glass was appropriate for this, and we're just gonna pour it over our watermelon. And you'll see that, you'll see the level at which the margarita mix is coming up to in the dish. So you'll kind of know if you need a little bit more, a little less, just eye it. I've made this recipe many times, so I know exactly how much it takes. But it might vary based on the dish that you're using. Okay, so next we're going to do, woo, wow, I can smell that. We're gonna do 1 shot glass of the Casamigos tequila, maybe a little bit more, and just drizzle that right in. I'm feeling a little rebellious, so I'm gonna do just like a little tiny bit more. But it's nice to just do 2 to 1 if you don't want it to be so spiked. If you're feeling a little ruthless, go for more. But if you want a tasty recipe that everyone's gonna love and not feel like it's like too drunken, then keep it 2 to 1. All right, we're gonna pop this into the refrigerator and let it marinate. So we're gonna wanna leave that in there for 24 hours to marinate, and I cannot wait until it's ready. So now I'm just sprinkling a little bit of coarse salt on top of our dish, because that's what you do with a margarita, and you'll get a little of the salty and the sweet flavors all mixed in. It's delicious. Enjoy.